Hi, are you content with the work of your team, the team you're working in, or the team you're working with? I'm Annette Danik, and with Love and Peace in Companies, I love to support teams and companies to be more content with their work, to have a more peaceful atmosphere at work, because everybody benefits from more peace and appreciation at your workplace. And the next question is, who is the most important person in the team? I would love to share some ideas what you can do to contribute to a better atmosphere in your team and to really make your team a high performance team. There are several models to explain roles in teams, and today I would like to talk about two, but just as an idea, to give you an idea how you can improve your teamwork. The first model I would like to start with is the team management wheel. And in this team management wheel, there are several roles. For example, there is the very creative person. The creative person is one who has ideas, let's say, all day through. It's great because then you never have a lack of ideas. The only thing, it can be sometimes a little bit, tiring or challenging if this person has ideas and ideas and ideas, but is not able to really finish and to realize these ideas. And then it's good to have one person in your team who is really doing, let's say, the work, who is sitting on his computer or desk or wherever, and who's really realizing the idea, who is doing not only the planning, but who's responsible also that your idea really gets into a product or an event or whatever you want to create with your team. And there's another role that sometimes is not very appreciated. It's the role of the controller. It can be a person who asks question that not all of us like to be asked. So, for example, what will be the benefit of this product? When will we have break even? And all these questions. And at the same time, it's really good to have such a person in your team, because then you will avoid that at the end there might be a miscalculation, or that the benefit and the profit will not be as you'd expected. There are some more roles in the teams. For example, the person who is in contact with other people who are not directly in the team. So it's really a model that I love to use to explain the different roles and why they are important for a team. Another model that I would like to mention here is the Myers-Briggs type indicator. There you have 4 different pairs of, let's say, types of persons who are kind of contrary. So, for example, the first one is the extrovert versus the introvert. And depending on what you are, maybe you know that sometimes an extrovert person can be, let's say, a little bit challenging because he or she is talking all the time. And an introvert person can also be sometimes very shy, and then people ask themselves, oh, what's wrong? Why doesn't she or he contribute? And the good thing is really to know who has which, let's say, strength. When I work together with a team, I very often realize that those people who are called introvert, if I ask them for their opinion, they very often have very good overview. And they have realized a lot of things that were going on in the team. And so it's always good to have such a person in your team as well, to really have the person who is maybe looking at all what's going on from a little distance. The next one, it's sensing with this intuition. And I always love to explain it on an example. So when you have bought a new piece of furniture and you have to assemble it yourself, there are those people who like to start immediately, and then there are those people who prefer to sit down and to have a look at the instruction manual, and then to put all the screws into an order to see if really every screw is in the package that was mentioned. And maybe you can imagine what will happen when the person who starts immediately, when he or she realizes that it doesn't work as he or she had expected. Then at the latest, the person who wanted to plan everything in advance will come and tell, oh, had you just been listening to me and did it as I wanted us to do it. The third one is thinking versus feeling. Maybe you also know people who decide or more with their head or more with their gut feeling. And where people who are more deciding with their head are still looking for information to really make a good decision, people who decide with their gut or their feeling, they have taken a decision much more quickly. And this also can cause conflicts, because one person thinks that the one with the gut feeling was maybe also too lazy to collect all the necessary information. And the last one is judging versus perceiving. So there are people who leave the house in the morning and they think, oh, what a beautiful day. And I'm really looking forward what's going to happen today and to see who will come my way and what's going on in office. And the other one is very well structured. It already starts with a time schedule in the morning, and every appointment is fixed. And sometimes if there's something not as it was imagined in the schedule, then these persons can really get nervous. So these two aspects also have advantages and disadvantages. Whereas the flexible person can sometimes be or can be considered as not to be very organized. It's possible that in certain situations, exactly this is very important, when things are not happening according as the schedule, but when unexpected things are happening and one has to be quite flexible. And I would like to come back to the question, and which is now the most important role in a team? I would like to take the example of a sports team. And I want to take the example of a soccer team. I hope that you know soccer. It's something that's played here in Germany quite often. And there you have the keeper. You have the one who make the goals. You have the ones who are preparing the goals, who are more, let's say, in the middle field, and you also have the defenders who try to defend the other team from making a goal. And you have the coach or the trainer who's sitting at the side and who's giving instructions and who is training the team. So it's possible that you now think, okay, so this is the most important goal, the most important role. Is it really? Or is it that a trainer without a team won't be successful either? So in my opinion, it's really very good to appreciate those different roles. If you really want to be successful, it's very good to have a team with many different characters, and also from different ages, from different cultures, because with this team, you have a lot more possibilities and opportunities than if every team member is of the same character and has the same attitude. And to really be successful, it's not one person. It's the whole team that's going to be successful. So what's really important for a teamwork? It's to appreciate each other and to talk with each other. Sometimes I'm asked, oh, when you talk about love and peace in companies, do you think that there should always be, let's say, like sunshine? No. I know that conflicts are necessary and that it is really important to deal with conflicts. The conflicts are not the problem. The problem is how people deal with these conflicts. So if there is a conflict and this conflict is being resolved in an appreciative and peaceful manner, then that's really good for the growth of the whole team. And what I mean with this is that people are listening to each other and that it's not that they are putting the blame on one of the persons in the team. So if you have maybe some conflict or something in your team, what you would like to resolve, you can always contact me and then we'll have a conversation. And then I'll show you what's possible, what you can do to have a better mood in your team and to be more successful. I think we all know those days when we come home and everything went well, even if it was a conflict that had been resolved. And I now say it when I say, even if a conflict has been resolved, there are so many people who think that it's not a nice thing to resolve a conflict. It is, because it really helps me to grow and it also helps the team members to grow. What is really difficult is a conflict that has not been resolved, because it takes a lot of power from the team and people are avoiding these conflicts or are avoiding team members. And that's what's really causing a lot of problems. A resolved conflict, this really can be like an open door to a new level of the whole team. I really would love to get your feedback on what you've just heard. And I also would love to know what you would like to hear here and what is the most challenging thing at your workplace at present. Just give me a call, just contact me. You can also send me an email and just let me know what I can do for you. So I hope that you're working in a great team, that you already know how to resolve conflicts in a positive way. I wish you all the best, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing you next week for the next episode of Love and Peace in Companies Live.